Hello, welcome to day 2. I'm going to start out immediately by talking about the electrical problems in the shop because they've become extremely pronounced this morning. Those lights I currently have flipped on. You'll be able to see if the power flickers, you'll be able to see it because those lights will flicker on. That is the north bank of lights in my shop. I also just tested the voltage out of this outlet here and it was 19 volts. Yesterday I managed to duplicate a dimming condition, what do I want to call it, a low voltage condition in those lights, and it stayed low voltage for a while. So I went around testing different circuits. This circuit here, these outlets, that bank of lights, the workbench outlets, the paint booth lights, and the north bank of paint booth outlets all had low voltage situations at the same time, which is helpful. Those are all on completely separate circuits, which was absolutely confusing me. But what I found out when I went through and looked at the breaker box is that all of those are on every other breaker. Those circuits that have low voltage are every other breaker. And since this is North America, flickered again. Since this is North America, I have a split phase breaker box. So there's 240 volts coming into the panel. One wire is 120 and the other wire is another 120, and they alternate breakers. So if you combine two breakers, you get 240 volts. But if you have one single breaker, you get 120 volts. I'm probably explaining this badly. Anyway, one of my phases is bad, or one half of the split phase. I'm not sure the proper terminology. One of them is going bad. I need to call my electric company like now, because this is, well, let's read the outlet voltage right now. The lights have not come back on. Also, it's affecting my mini splits. One leg of the phases, I don't know what to call it. One half of the split phase is going into the mini splits and flickering, and they're both displaying a P1 error right now. And every time the electricity flickers on, I can hear the fans ramp up real quick. So anyway, let's test the outlet, the voltage in this outlet. It is currently at, kidding me, I am currently getting 12 volts AC out of these outlets. Let's go over to the workbench. I know you won't be able to see me. I'm going to keep talking. The workbench outlet is currently getting, oh, everything came back on. The circuits that are having these weird low voltage fluctuations are this one, and this one. In other words, every other breaker here, which means that one half of my split phases having issues. So I need to call my electrical company now. All right. By the way, do you like my restaurant booth seating? They said that they will call me back, so I guess I just wait. Now, let's check on these experiments from yesterday. I'll start with the epoxy. That is clearly hardened because I'm setting my hands on it. The fast hardener is here. It's the big shirt. Let's peel it off of the trash bag. I assume it will not stick to the trash bag. Yep. Peels right off. It's perfectly hard. And I have a perfectly petrified Spradlin insulation shirt now. So that's cool. There's part of a phone number on here. I wonder if that still works. I can't see the rest of it anymore. But anyway, here's Spradlin insulation. Now, that's... Okay, so the fast hardener is good. Let's try the slow hardener. It has sort of a feel to it that this doesn't. The fast hardener, it just feels completely cured. The slow hardener sample is very hard, but it has sort of almost feels greasy. I don't know if that's bad or if it compromises the strength or anything. I think if possible, I'm going to stick to the fast hardener because of this, but it did cure, so let's peel off. There, I have a shirt sleeve panel now. Never snapped a shirt before. It's amusing to me. Oh, look at this! I have a rigid surrender flag. I'm easily amused. All right, so both of those hardener samples are good, but I will stick to the fast hardener. Mostly because, well, no, I have just about the same amount of both of these. So I think I can use both of them. I'll just try to stick to the fast hardener, and if I run out of fast hardener, I'll go to the slow hardener. Can I break this shirt? Yes, I can. I'm way too amused by this. All right, let's clean this up and go to the VHB sample. All right, let's stick this one together. This is the painted on both sides sample. By the way, the VHB is clear. I'll press it down like that. This is not how I'm going to do it in situ, obviously, because it's on the side. I can't put my weight on the side. I'm going to use this is a fiberglass roller. Probably use something like this and roll it on. This is terrible for that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to press it down. Press down this sample. And you know how I said this test isn't going to be scientific at all? Yeah, I'm staying true to that. I'm just going to have this little piece of aluminum bar here. Actually, this one. Clamp this down. Look, another jump cut. Clamp down the other side. This aluminum bar is a little bit bent, but that's okay. Now I just need to try to pull this up off, and I'm going to do that using a handle, which is just another piece of aluminum bar. I'm going to stick it in there on the side and pry it from the side. I'm probably going to have to step on the feet of the workbench, unless this is way weaker than I think it is. Oh! Wow! VHB is rather strong. Not quite as strong as epoxy or some other type of actual adhesive that isn't tape, but it is quite strong. Try the painted sample. I expect it to be just about as hard to pull off. The real test will be to see if the paint peels off, if it just pulls the paint off of the steel. I should have used primer for this, but I don't have any on hand. This is the paint sample, and let's just go prying. That came off way easier, and it peeled the paint off. Peeled the paint straight off, as a matter of fact. Huh! Looks like I need to come up with a different adhesive. Or try another sample like this, but with primer. This is the clean metal piece. I'm going to see if I can dig up some primer. I found some primer. I'm going to paint both of these surfaces, let them dry overnight, and then try the same test tomorrow. Maybe the primer will stick to the metal more, or more better. I don't know. We'll see. Not a whole lot in this can. I'm an idiot. That's the gloss black. I grabbed the wrong can. This is the primer. And just let it dry overnight. Now let's go into the bus room. Welcome back to the bus dungeon. It is already sweltering in here despite only being like 80 degrees outside. Right, windows. I have made my final decision on where all the windows are going to be. These two are going to remain here. I'm going to raise them up a little bit so they're about 2 or 3 inches below this girder right here, but they're going to remain in the same place. Last night I did order another one of these windows, and you know how yesterday I was complaining that these were so expensive because I bought them from an RV salvage yard? Well, the ones I ordered off eBay, now granted they were exactly the same windows, which was kind of hard to find. The ones I ordered off eBay were $5 more, which will include shipping. So, you know, everything's expensive. There were a lot of cheaper windows, but these are special, I guess. And the one I ordered, the extra one of these that I ordered, that's going to go on the other side, and the emergency exit window that's hanging up there is not going to be there. That is roughly where the big double wide window is going to go. But I'm going to put that window in the back, below the other emergency exit window. I'm going to have 2 emergency exit windows in the back, 2 big windows on this side, 1 big window on that side, roughly where the kitchen will be, and then the driver's window, well, next to the driver. The one that's not tinted, the one that's slightly opening, the one that isn't a frameless window. All right, let's take these windows off of their clampy perches, mark where they're going to go, and then cut out the metal posts where I need to. I just measured in my little truck camper that the countertop I put in there is 38 inches off the floor, and I want the windows to be at least an inch above that, which would put them at, needs to go higher. So the mark I have it at is almost exactly, the mark I have it at right here, which is the bottom of the inside of the window, is right at about 38 inches. And I'm going to add insulation to the floor, so the floor will be thicker than that. So I need to raise this up by about 2 inches. All right, so the top of the inside of the window is going to go 2 inches below this girder thing. And then there's 22.5-inch gap. So that's going to put that right here. By the way, someone in the comments of the video yesterday mentioned the constant buzzing, the very light buzzing that's coming from my microphone. I am aware of it. I don't know what's causing it. I use a Rode, I think it's called Rode Filmmaker Pro, whatever. It was the $300 wireless microphone. I'm upset that a $300 microphone has buzzing issues, but if you all know of an easy or cheap fix for this microphone buzzing situation I have in my lapel mic, please let me know, because it has been bothering me. And it's especially pronounced when I'm not making much sound in the video. When I'm talking, as in right now, you can't really tell the buzzing, but when it's quiet, sometimes there's buzzing. And it drives me nuts too. It's not just you. 2 inches is right. Well, I gotta go get the marker now. 2 inches. That's 22.5. Oh, well, that blade's trashed. It's a little bent now. And that stinks because that was my last one. All right, I found another blade that is slightly less bent. So if this doesn't work, I'll have to make a mask and gloves trip to Home Depot that now has security guards sitting out in front of its entrances to make sure that no more than, I don't know, like 25 people enter the store at one time. Looks like a minimum security prison now. Two window holes right up. Next up, Dieser Fenster. I don't know if that was correct German or not. I don't even know if Fenster is the word for German. The word for German. The German word for window. Well, my poor cordless reciprocating saw, I'm about to cause you more pain. I'm blocking the camera now. Ha ha. Woo! And that's enough work for today. I'll see you tomorrow. It's hot in here.